What's going on, Premier Train? I hope everybody's having a great weekend so far, and I hope it continues to keep going that way. Now, normally this is where I say, hey, this is Heads or Tails, but as you guys can see from the name change, we're no longer going with that. We decided to change it up a bit. So, this is the silverback of silverback prepping, and the monkeys are around here somewhere, so they've been running around for a bit now. It's been raining in our area. But we're going to go over some stuff this week, and well, if you all would, in the comments below, go ahead and let us know, what you guys think of the name change and everything else we're doing. Be really appreciated. Right along with that, if you would, go ahead and smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and for everybody else that's been around, thank you for being here, and really appreciate it. So, as always, let's get into it. Alrighty, if you haven't seen it yet, that there was actually the new intro I did just to kind of for the transition. We'll have another intro coming up here very soon. And what do y'all think of the silverback there? I mean, I've had it out before, and we were going to do the silverback bullion, and that's actually one of the things over on Instagram. But let me know what you think. Alrighty, folks, once again, we're going to be talking about food. I mean, for anybody that doesn't know yet, the Tyson Food Company themselves, and you can go ahead and check this, it's out there, if you Google it or whatever, but they went ahead and said that they cannot raise prices fast enough with all the inflation going on and everything to keep up with their cost. So that's just chicken. If anybody's noticed, not only the shortages that have been going on in different places, and the meat kind of coming up on price, the chicken has been going through the roof. And from the sounds of it, it's going to keep going that way. Definitely try to stock up right now on any of your proteins when it comes to meat, because the prices of everything are really going to start hiking up. Peter Schiff himself has even said, everybody was talking about the inflation being transitory and all that, and they think that it's kind of starting to level off right now. Well, he even came out here recently, and if I can find where the interview is, I'll link it down below. But he was talking about, if you think it's went up now, his exact words were, "You haven't seen anything yet." So this is the guy talking about stuff being transitory, and that we haven't seen anything yet in the way of price hikes and all that. So definitely get out there and try to get yourself a little bit more tucked back. The next few months and on into winter are going to be some really interesting times. Alrighty, folks, sorry about that, had a phone call I had to take. But as you can see, we're inside now because the monkeys decided it was time to go in, so we went ahead and headed inside. But getting back to talking about the protein and everything else like that, as you can see behind us here, we've got a little bit set back, and this is just a small part of what I've got. But on that same note, I don't ever want anyone that is just starting out to ever see anything they see on YouTube or anywhere else and let it get them down, because whatever you see on there, somebody has, well, it's taken them a little while to get it. And when you see it, I know it looks like a lot, and some people have quite a bit, but it has taken them maybe even some of them even years to get to where they're at. So like I always say, just try to do a little bit at a time, pick up an extra item here or there, and go for it. There's been, like I referenced earlier, there's going to be a lot of channels here lately that have kind of put information out on what's going on. And well, one of the things that keeps getting said is tomorrow's food at today's prices. And that kind of hits home, and I really want everybody to, kind of keep that in mind. Because as the prices of everything goes up, anything that you can get a hold of now, you're going to get for the price now. So maybe spending a little extra money right now is going to stretch you a little bit, but on down the road, in the long run, it's going to save you as well. Now, when it comes to like the fresh meat and things like that, with the prices and everything, when it comes to canning as well, you can still do it yourself, and it'll still sit on the shelf for a very long time. But with the way the prices are right now and how chicken's going up, when it comes to that one there, depending on what you can get it for, and when you account for your time putting into doing all the canning and the jars and everything else, it can actually be cheaper to go ahead and get the pre-canned stuff. Now, a lot of people might argue with that, but well, Magic Prepper had a video the other night to where he really broke it down, and he was referencing Walmart, that they have it's a stack of 4 cans that comes out to be in, I think he said it was about 50 ounces of chicken. Well, that right there is $7 and change, I believe is what he said. Now, in the Walmart north of me, there is a Sam's Club directly beside it. Now, we were in there today, and they have 6 cans that comes out to being, well, it's quite a bit, but it was for $2 more. So, you know, you get that little extra more for $9. We went ahead and stocked up a little bit on that as well. But anything that you can get a hold of, and make sure that you like it. If you haven't tried it yet, go ahead and try it. Probably won't be the next video, because I've actually got a couple things already planned out and set up. But here very soon we'll go ahead and do a I guess kind of like what Pirate's been doing, where he's been doing his cooking and everything. We'll go ahead and do kind of like a recipe thing. But I've got a thing for chicken tacos that the only thing that doesn't come out of a can is the seasoning, the shredded cheese, and whatever you're going to put it in or on. You know, the shells, the chips, whatever. But all the meat, the beans, all that stuff, tomatoes, everything comes straight out of the can. And it is surprisingly very, very good. So, but we'll go ahead and get that recipe out here very soon and do a video on that. But I cannot emphasize enough how much I want everyone out there to try to be a little more prepared. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on these days, and unfortunately it's just going to get crazier. But the way this community is, and is welcoming and as great as it is for everybody, I kind of feel like I'm almost family with a lot of people. And with recent experiences, I can even say that over some of my closer family. You know, I feel a little bit more connected, that I could rely on, or maybe even have the back of, you know, some people out there. And it's kind of funny to feel that way about some people that you've never actually met yet. But anyway, whenever you're being able to stock up, try to take into account that extended family as well, maybe. Now, here there's 5 of us in the house. My oldest is across town, so I account for him as well, so that's 6 people there. I've got well, a niece and nephew that if anything ever happened, you know, SHTF or whatever you want to call it, I kind of try to plan for them as well. There's a couple more family members that I try to plan for and just have things available. But we'll get into more details on stuff like that on down the road too. When it comes to your canning back here, you know, keeping it rotated. For anybody that doesn't know, whenever you get new stuff, put it in the back. That way all your oldest stuff is to the front. That way, you know, whatever, you're keeping that rotation going. You know, everything that needs to be used first is going to be used first, instead of coming along and putting the new stuff in the front, and then you eventually get down the road, you know, a few months, and you got, well, say a year or so, and you got something that's no longer any good sitting in the back. You know, nobody likes to have just wasted food. And if you ever come across any that are about to go out and you're not going to use it, I definitely recommend going ahead and donating it. I am sure there are plenty of food banks around, and I know good and well, pretty well every church out there has something going on where they will try to accept food for other people. But it's got to still be within date. Even I know some of them kind of close because it's a Best Buy, not an expiration date. So keep that in mind with you as well. But we're going to go ahead and show you just a couple little things that might help, and give you an update on both our rogue tomato plant, our fall garden that we're working on, and we've actually even got some sprouts from a potato that we had going on. Anybody that doesn't know any of your potatoes that you got, it's a little late in the season, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. But any potatoes that you got that have eyes on it, if you cut it up and put it underground, them eyes will sprout. It's just kind of, we're doing it more of I guess an experiment right now. As late of the season as it is, you know, last year's growing season kind of extended all the way into December with our tomatoes, so we'll just see how it kind of runs out. Here's just a few things that we've got going on right now. I've got more in a few other spots. I am working on getting my shelving and everything set up so that way we can get it all kind of in one spot. But this right here is just a few things that are going to be going out into the fall garden. And for anyone that's been curious about it, here is our rogue tomato plant. As you can see, we got one of the oddities there where kind of a double tomato started up. Got another one going there, and there's a bunch of them all over this thing. And all these flowers up here, you can tell from the inside of it here. If I can get in close enough there. Focus. With it closed up like that right there, that flower's been pollinated. So all of them up here have been. So we should have a lot more tomatoes here very soon. Alrighty folks, I want to thank you very much for being here this week. Thank you for being a part of the premiere train and following us along here. Now if you will, continue on with the next channel and everybody else going all the way up to the madman himself. Now this week we've even got a PE stacker in here as well, so hello to you on there, brother, and welcome aboard, and definitely keep this here rolling. So once again folks, we've changed the channel. Next week we will start talking about the 500 giveaway. We are at 520 subs last time I checked. I just wanted to give everybody kind of a chance to go ahead and make a comment or something and get in there on it. Once again, if you've made a shout out video, please email me and let me know that, so that way I don't miss you out when I make the wheel, because we're going to do a wheel on that one. But alrighty, new channel name, what do y'all think? Please leave a comment. And this here's the silverback. And I'll catch y'all around. Stay humble.